the guy was literally just like, let's go, let's be turning back and be finding another route. I was so scared. I was like, oh my god, am I actually in the UK or in Nigeria? Oh, can I help you, love? Where you going to, love? All that kind of stuff. And it's really weird for in Nigeria because nobody loves you, like nobody's your love. That's where you get it, mate. Okay, mate, that's fine, mate. I'm like, mate, were you guys born the same day? So I'm really hoping that the sound is good with this video because I don't have, guys, I was waiting for my new mic to come, but it hasn't come. Guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is dinma.obialor and I'm excited to have you here with me on YouTube. I know I've been MIA. I know, like, I don't even know how to explain to you guys, but don't worry, you're going to get just very soon because I promise you, I have a very, very valid reason for being off and on like this, right? But guys, I am here. I also owe you guys a lot of content. I owe you guys the part 2 of like doing your UK visa, the demo part, and I also owe you guys my son's birthday video because I did mention in my last vlog that I was going to post that. That is going to come after this, hopefully, because I actually have all the clips, so I'm here to edit it. This is probably like way easier to edit if you know, right? But let's just get right into this. So if you've seen by the title, I just wanted to share with you guys some culture shocks that you're going to experience in the UK. If you're planning to relocate to UK, just prepare your mind. I mean, brace yourself because yeah, these things are shocks. Number one for me is the fact that you're going to pay by yourself, right? The self-checkout thingy, right? I noticed this when we went to Sainsbury. I noticed it in Primark in Sheffield. And basically how it works is that you just go there when you're done buying everything that you want to buy. You pretty much just go to the counter, the self-checkout counter, and then you have to drop your stuff on one side. So you like basically tap the code, what's the code, that's in barcode part on a scanning thing, and then you scan, and after you scan each item you have to drop it on the other side. So the system sort of like weighs everything you've gotten in comparison with the price that you put on the system, if you get what I mean. So yeah, first time I experienced that, I was like, oh, if this was Nigeria, fam, they would uncheck it and take it out. But actually they have a system that has been built in such a way that you can actually not go out with an item that you haven't paid for, right? You can't pass the door with an item that you haven't paid for, and it calculates the weight in comparison with the price, something like that. So this was a major culture shock for me because never experienced this in Nigeria ever. Number two culture shock, and this one is major, please my people. I struggled with it. I struggled with it. I don't even know how Nigerians do it. They drink tap water, especially in Sheffield where I was. Tap water was normal. Like, me and my husband, we didn't even realize how big it was until we had to go to like a supermarket to get proper water. Like, I said proper water. Water is supermarket to get a bottle of water, and we realized that they did not have, like, some supermarkets literally had no normal bottles of water, right? We got this spring water one time and we didn't realize that was like buying soda water. It was like buying soda water. So like, water is not a major thing on their shelves. You can actually go into a supermarket and not see water because they drink tap water. And we also went to this Chinese restaurant where they served us tap water. So like, specifically, if you actually want to buy water that is not soda water, or I mean, what's the other one, spring water or something, you have to buy, the other one is, I don't even know, you have to specifically buy still spring water. So this is one I got in Sainsbury. Make sure that it's still spring water. That is actually what actual water is. Any other thing is probably like soda water or God knows what. So culture shock number 3 for me is that everybody seemed to be so open-minded. Like some people will literally call you love or call you mate, and first time someone called me love, I was like, who's your love? Like Tani love it, as in who's your love? But yeah, to them it's normal. Like they can just say, oh, can I help you, love? Where you going to, love? All that kind of stuff. And it's really weird for a Nigerian because nobody loves you, like nobody's your love. But and then somebody was like literally talking to my husband, and he was like, oh yeah, that's where you get it, mate. Okay, mate, that's fine, mate. I'm like, mates, were you guys born the same day? Like literally that's how they are. Culture shock. Number 4 culture shock for me was the fact that the environment is fast paced. Like Nigeria, you can see people just driving, walking. Yes, I know people always say that Nigeria, everybody's moving fast, everybody's rushing to work, everybody's a guy is not as terrible as the UK. You can literally stand and feel like things are just happening. Like taking a walk on the streets of Sheffield for me was like walking in a movie. You know how you watch movies and then people are passing. It's so fast paced. Everybody's going somewhere, everybody's outside, everybody's walking somewhere. Like you even like, okay, so we stayed at the city center, and I noticed that the city center in Sheffield, and also when we got to Piccadilly in Manchester, it was literally fast paced. Everybody was walking somewhere. We didn't even notice a lot of cars. Even there's a part where cars can't even get through, right? We've noticed more of people just walking and walking. The next culture shock for me, and this would be number 5, is that everywhere is accessible for both strollers and wheelchairs. So this was really helpful for me as a mom, because you want to get into a store, as in we're trying to get to the second floor at H&M, and they had an elevator, and yeah, and you're trying to get into certain places, and there's just a small path for a stroller or a wheelchair. It's just so considerate. Even at the airports, like every like aspect of their society is considerate for people who probably have kids or who have disabilities. So it's so easy for you to just stroll. As in, I literally went from the hotel all the way to the shopping center, the main shopping center, went to all of the stores with my baby in a stroller, and I never for once had to unlock, like get him off the stroller or lock up the stroller or anything. It was just easy. So that's one, it's a good thing. That's a good thing. So yeah, as much as the culture shock, it's a good thing. We don't have that in Nigeria. Like I will have to go to the supermarket, I have to carry my baby, I have to get someone to help me carry my baby. Like you guys really, like seriously, like you hardly even see any stroller paths in Nigeria at restaurants or at supermarkets. They don't think about it. Some of them even just, you know, put their staircase in such a way that it's so hard for you to even carry your baby up. Are you joking? Next one for me is that people have free time. As in, people have a lot of free time in the UK. Like, we went to the mall a bunch of times, and there's this mall in Sheffield called Meadow Hall. Yes, it's called Meadow Hall, and it was always packed. It was always filled up. People are always there. So I heard that they pay the citizens to just be citizens, like, and some of them end up not even working or doing anything, and that's why they always have free time, because they're like, the mall was always packed. And I'm shocked, because there are days where you go to the mall in Nigeria and it's empty, and you're like, what's happening, where's everybody? But that place, it was just always packed. They just have free time. I don't know what they're doing. Like, I guess the British citizens enjoy their money, and I guess they get paid so they don't work. I mean, Monday to Sunday, it is always packed. Like, more. Okay, so yeah, next one for me is more walking than driving. I think I said this when I was explaining how everywhere is fast paced. Everybody walks to places, like they literally take walks, right? And it's fine, it's normal for them, it's not a big deal. So they can walk from here to God knows where. And then again, because of the way everything is set up, you can actually you can actually just like feel safe walking on the road, because in Nigeria, if you're walking on the road on the express and anything happens to you, you're on your own. I mean, there's no proper walking path in most places, and there's no proper system to like cross over in most places, so it's like you are on your own if you try that in Nigeria. But there, it's like everything has been set in such a way that it's so easy. If you want to take a walk from here to here, from A to B, you want to take a walk with your child and your stroller, you don't have to be worried that someone's just going to come and hit you off and everything. I think that was a good thing for me. Alright, so this also takes me to my next culture shock, which is actually the fact that people actually jaywalk. I don't know if there are penalties, but while I was there, especially in Sheffield at the city center, people were just crossing the road anyhow. So basically, jaywalking is like how you cross the road without having to wait for the sign. So there's a sign that says go or stop, right? That goes green and red for guys that are walking. So that's like basically just crossing the road without waiting for that sign to go green. And people actually do it. It's like they said it's a big deal if you jaywalk, but for the place where I was, specifically Sheffield, people were just crossing the road. Like, I think I noticed the same thing in Manchester. People just cross the road. Like, it's not a big deal. It's the same thing in Nigeria. Like, we don't even have anything that says stop. Just cross. Like, just be going. Like, go where you wanna go. So yeah. So I guess for like some parts it's possible that you get fined for it. I don't know, but I noticed that a lot of people did it. We even ended up doing it at some point and we were fine. Another culture shock for me is shanking. Like, I was never even using this word shanking until I went to the UK, and my husband's friend told us about how he literally woke up one morning and came out and he saw that someone was stabbed in front of his house, and there were a lot of police guys there. I didn't even know that was a thing. Apparently the way they have gun violence in the US, they have like knife violence in the UK. Shanking is actually a thing. Like, they stab people. And actually, I wouldn't have believed that it was so crazy until one evening we were just taking a walk. So my husband's friend and his wife and me and my husband and my baby, and while we were just passing through like this dark looking street, like trying to get to this dark looking street, all of a sudden we just heard like some people talking, and then a bottle just broke, and the guy was literally just like, let's go, let's be turning back and be finding another route. I was so scared. I was like, oh my god, I'm actually in the UK or in Nigeria. It's a thing. They shank people, they stab people, and I don't know how really bad it is, but from that my experience, I'm like, fam, I don't even want to find out. I don't want to know, fam. I don't want to know. Next and final one for me is just how Uber charges you. This part is annoying. Like, you order a ride and Uber just takes your money from your card before your ride gets there. So if the ride cancels, the money has gone. I don't even get it. Like, I don't know. I never experienced the money bouncing back, but I don't know if specifically they take it from your next trip. So if you know about this, maybe put it in the comment section for us. But this one was a culture shock for me, because why are you taking my money? I've not taken your ride. Why are you taking my money? Like, literally. So they just take the money from your account in advance, and I think it's like a deposit for the ride or something. So I don't know, someone can give me some clarity. I'm not so sure what this is, but it was quite annoying to get a deposit alert before you, as opposed to Nigeria here, where you just take the Uber first. If you even don't have money in that card that you're using for the Uber, you're gonna get away with it for a while. I think that's all. Those are all of the culture shocks that I think you should know about when it comes to the UK, especially if you're relocating, or if you're planning to go stay there with your family, by yourself, or you're going there to study. Just know these things. In total, there are actually just 10 of them, and I don't know if I'm missing out anything, I'm forgetting anything. If I am, please put it in the comment section, because a lot of people are Japan this season. They are going to the UK and they kind of want to know some of these things, right? I found them very interesting, and the sweet thing about being in the UK is the fact that you can actually continuously just experience this thing, experience culture in a different way from what you're used to, and that's something I encourage. So if you have more culture shocks, please let me know. And if you're watching this video right now and you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, because I'm going to be giving you some interesting videos moving forward. I do have two major announcements for you guys, two major surprise announcements, and I'm not going to jinx it, but I'm also going to be doing another video just telling you guys what I think about the whole Japa fever happening and what my stand is. So till next time, bye.